It only takes an instant. That special moment when a single spark of knowledge fires the brain and unleashes the power of curiosity. The instant a mind ignites and a love of learning begins. At Lincoln Learning Solutions, we have a deep reverence for learning. In fact, we believe the most important thing any society can do is learn, and that those who spark our imaginations and help us learn are the most important people of all. We revere the great minds that came before us, the scientists and explorers who have unlocked the mysteries of our world, the poets and painters who have created our vibrant culture, the leaders who have seen us through times of challenge and triumph. But most importantly, we celebrate and support the teachers, those who, day by day, pass along the flame of knowledge from generation to generation by inspiring and engaging minds of all ages. Why? Because at Lincoln Learning, we believe if you ignite a mind, you can truly change the world.
From the Henry J. Fury Sports Complex on the campus of Gateway High School in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, the Champ Sports Network welcomes you to our continuing coverage of Lincoln Park playoff basketball. As today, the Leopards take on Brockway and the Rovers. Hi, everybody, and welcome inside the PIAA basketball state playoffs in Class AA. Today, it's the Leopards and the Rovers. It's a 5-game season. Let the madness begin as March is here. Hi, everybody. Matt Fargo joined alongside Mike Asti. Welcome to our broadcast coverage of Lincoln Park basketball, our 5th year covering the Leopards through the WPIAL and the PIAA playoffs. Mike, here, Lincoln Park's back in the state playoffs and have an opportunity to continue to advance. This is where they got tripped up last year, and they still have a lot of guys on this on teams that in the past have been successful. Of course, we always talk about 2 years ago in the state championship team, but this is a new team. Some players got some experience. Some of the younger guys got some experience, got a taste of the WPIAL championship, and we'll talk more about that. But this is the greatest time of the year, and this is my favorite time of the year. The state playoffs are here where it's win and continue or lose, and it's time for baseball.
This is the time of the year that Lincoln Park plays to get to. This is the most important, the madness-filled time of year that they relish and how they built their championship pedigree to get to this time of year. Lincoln Park's been in WPIAL finals. They were unfortunately not the WPIAL champion this year, but they're still around. They're still alive because as Coach will always preach to these kids, it's about being a state champion. Being a state champion is goal number one. If you can be a WPIAL champion, that's great. That's also a goal. But to be a state champion is really the reason for action for the Lincoln Park Leopards, and that's still very, very possible. There's some veteran players, as you mentioned, on this team that have rings on their finger, and know that just because we're not WPIAL champion does not mean our season is dead, does not mean the season is not successful. We can still be a state champion, but it's essential to be aware there is nothing left after this. It is win or go home. There's no cushion to fall back on now. You need to be on your A game and do your best to advance and become that champion. And Lincoln Park's going to have their hands full tonight. They're aware of what they're going to have to deal with tonight against Brockway. But Lincoln Park, I'm sure, is even more motivated now after coming off a loss, not being WPIAL champion, getting here and having the experience and knowing that they've done it before, and teaching the younger kids that haven't experienced that taste of a championship how to get it done.
Tell you about Brockway. They're 12-12 out of District 9. They're the number 2 seed out of District 9, losing in that championship game. They come in ranked 373rd, as according to MaxPreps.com, in the state of Pennsylvania. For the Lincoln Park Leopards, if you don't know already, 22-4 on the season. They went 12-0 in Section 1 out of Class AA in the WPIAL. Of course, falling in the WPIAL championship, 49-45 to Aliquippa. 3 starters fouled out of that game, including Nellie Cummings with 40 seconds to go. It was really a game that left a bitter taste. If you were a Lincoln Park coach, player, or fan, it left the same taste in your mouth, or broadcaster for that matter. It left a bad taste in your mouth that Lincoln Park played such a good game down the stretch, coming back down 19 to rally, and just wasn't enough to be able to overcome all of the fouls. And most importantly, you take 3 of your 5 starters off the floor at any time, it's tough to win a ball game. And Lincoln Park, though, down the stretch gave Aliquippa everything they could handle. And I know it's way looking forward in the future, but those 2 teams would have to meet in this Western final or the semifinals of the AA tournament would be the next time that these 2 teams can meet. And I know Lincoln Park would love to get there.
Well, when you have the championship success and the pedigree that Lincoln Park's built since really the inception of the program, no one's going to feel sorry for you if you lose a game in either controversial fashion or by a few points and you happen to lose the WPL final. No one's going to feel sorry for them, and Lincoln Park knows that. But that game even provides more motivation than normal. Not only are you having to be the runner-up and get in the state playoffs, not being the WPL champion, which was their initial goal to get to the ultimate goal of being a state champion, but you do it by losing only 5 points, having to come back in that game. You started out not feeling like you were giving your best effort, which maybe you want to flip in this game. Try not to get behind. I'm sure what coach is going to tell these players for Lincoln Park, don't allow the referee to be involved in the outcome. You may not like some of the calls, but don't allow the referee to be involved in the outcome by playing the best you can throughout the game, by burying teams if you can. If you get a double-digit lead, try to put them away. Never take your foot off the gas because you never know what could happen. Aliquippa almost blew that game to Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park then loses the game. You have players fouling out. They're going to be upset, but you can't take that mental issue into this game, or then you're not going to have either one of your 2 goals. You're going to lose early here. You're going to be embarrassed, and it's not going to be the tradition of Lincoln Park. Use it as motivation. The referees are nothing you can do anything about, and just make sure they're not involved by playing well.
Brockway traveled 75 miles, about a 2-hour trip here to Monroeville to Gateway High School, the Henry J. Fura Sports Complex, to play this game. Of course, the number 2 seed out of District 9, as I alluded to. As always, we catch up with the head coach and athletic director of Lincoln Park, Mike Boriski. Let's hear what he had to say gearing up for this round 1 matchup in the PIAA basketball playoffs. JM Sports Network's presentation on Lincoln Park playoff basketball continues, and like we do always, talk with Mike Boriski. Mike, you come out of the WPIO as the runner-up, just such a hard-fought game in the WPIO championship against an Aliquippa team that might have taken you guys for granted there early, and you gave them a run for sure, and gave them a scare there for a while.
It was a battle. I don't think Aliquippa took us for granted. I think the moment in the first half was a little much for a couple guys for us, so that enabled them to get a little bit of a lead. I think the way of the flow of the game, with all the calls that were going on, really got us into a situation that we shouldn't have been in, and it makes it very uncomfortable for us to be in. And then it continued in the second half, and when we battled back, we learned a lot of things in that game. But the flow of the game was the way we wanted it in the second half. Things that happened as far as stoppages and all that, I could sit here and tell you how unbelievable that was. As I told them in the press conference, how unbelievable that was. All these years I've been around this and never seen anything like it. So, but that's not the point. Here we are, first round of the state playoffs. Excited about being here.
Well, I know in the 5 years that I was talking to you, this is the tournament that you play for. You play to win a state championship. That's where your name gets plastered everywhere, and I think that
now going into the state tournament knowing that it's one and done, it's a 5-game season, and it's a new 5-game season. It starts with Brockway here tonight.
Yeah, it is. Kids don't really get that. Coaches, we do. We understand one and done. And we've been preaching that to them for this whole week, that, unless you're ready to go, we're done. And unfortunately, AAU hurts that for kids because there's always something next. But our guys are a little different. They understand the importance of a state championship. They do. Bragging rights is the WPIAL. Aliquippa's going to walk around Beaver County, and they got that WPIAL championship. Good for them. They played hard. They deserved to win it that day. Those kids were great. But the state championship is a state championship. I wear my ring for every game. We have a couple WPIAL championships, too.
More knowing that you could come back from 18-19 down.
We knew we can come back. We knew we were that kind of fast strike team. At one point in time, we had one junior, 2 10th graders, and 2 freshmen on the court against Aliquippa at the Peterson Event Center. So and they battled and they battled. And they really didn't give up a lot. They didn't score a lot, but they were able. We know we can play defense with that group. We do. We know we're a good defensive team. That second half of Aliquippa, we only gave up four hoops. I mean, all their points came from foul shots. But we were able to score. Once I settled them down and they knew what offense to get into. I mean, in the Pete, when you're yelling all you can yell to a team that's all the way down the other end.
All right, we got to cut Mike off because they didn't do a national anthem. And that screwed our whole pregame up. So thanks to Gateway for that. Shout out to them.
Got to respect America. If anybody, got to respect America.
State tournament needs to be a national anthem every day.
Absolutely.
All right. Here's the starting lineup for the Lincoln Park. It's senior 6'3" forward Zay Kraft, Nellie Cummings, the junior guard, followed by senior guard Nick Alloy, Keno Holmes, the freshman, 6'1" freshman, and Dermani Welling, center forward. That's the last position. We were talking about
the newfound position of basketball, which is going on in the NBA, for example. They pretty much have made the center position null and void, and you got to be able to be a slash forward big almost. There really is no true centers besides a few guys, but the Shaquille O'Neals kind of have gone by the wayside.
All right, here's the starting lineups for Brockway. Corey Carr, 6'1" senior forward. Jake Weinberg, a 6-foot junior guard. Jared Esposito, 6'2" junior forward, and Carter Adams, who takes the jump and loses to Dermani Welling. Lincoln Park with the basketball. Esposito works it up top to Kraft as we're underway. First round of the PIAA basketball playoffs. Kraft will stand on top of the Gator here at center court at Gateway. Moves to the left, and Nick Alloy. Alloy, a couple dribbles to his right. Bounce pass to get it over to Holmes. Holmes back over to Cummings for 3 on the way. Off the rim, no good. Welling a rebound underneath. Under duress. Threw one up, missed. Put back opportunity by Welling is good. And a foul. Count the bucket. And Dermani Welling heads to the line. Welling under duress there. Missed the first opportunity. Able to get the second and the foul.
What an effort on that possession by Lincoln Park. And Brockway's going to know this offense is going to feed around Nick Alloy, but Lincoln Park has more than just Nick Alloy, and if Welling plays as big as he can be, plays his 6'8" size, he'll tower over every defender on this court and can dominate.
That rims out on the three-point play. 7:25 to go here in the first. It's 2-0 Lincoln Park. Brockway, Carr all the way, handed it off to Lineberg. He missed the shot. Rebound opportunity. Weinberg, he misses as well, and Kraft negates a third opportunity. And then a near turnover as Kraft tried to work the ball over to Alloy, and tipping it out of bounds was Carter Adams. Lincoln Park still with the basketball here with 7:09 to go in the first quarter.
Well, one of Coach's keys to this game was be able to rebound because Brockway is so good at rebounding. Lincoln Park has been tremendous so far offensively and defensively, owning the glass. Brockway really doesn't have an answer. We'll see if that changes or not later.
Holmes, 3-ball, corner pocket in the near side wing is good. Keno Holmes drains it, and it's 5-0 Lincoln Park, and a turnover as an errant pass that falls out of bounds. Corey Carr throwing it to, well, quite frankly, we don't know because there was no one in the vicinity, and it's Lincoln Park basketball.
That's something you're never going to have an answer for either. That shot outside corner pocket, splashes it in, nothing but nylon, just another snipe shooter in the tradition of Lincoln Park.
Up the floor, it's Cummings, moves the ball to Holmes. Holmes a pump ball fake. Now he dumps it inside to Cummings. Cummings couldn't handle the pass. Lineberg was able to push it up to Adams. Adams hands the ball off to Miller. Hunter Miller with the ball, hands it off to Lundberg. He misses the shot. It's loose. Keto Holmes traces it down in transition, trying to lead it ahead to Nicoloy, and too much was on it. Goes out of bounds off the base, out of the baseline, and Brockway will have the ball back with 6:26 to go in the first.
Well, Lincoln Park wanted to start out strong. They didn't want to get behind early and have to come back. They're doing everything they can to have the best start possible here, dominating on both sides of the court.
Miller lost that one out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it went off the, oh, man, I don't know what leg of Lincoln Park that would have or could have even gone off of, but they call it off of Lincoln Park. And it will be Brockway ball underneath their own basket. 6:18 to go in the first, 5-0. Leps on top. Inbound triggered in by Carter Adams, the sophomore. Nearly tipped away, but Lundberg able to handle it. Moved the ball to the baseline to Weinberg, and it's loose. Kraft was able to get the steal. Let it ahead to Aloy. Aloy, crossover move. Drives inside. Floater doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Adams. Adams couldn't control his dribble. Kraft got it. Baseball pass ahead to Aloy, who lays it up off the window, and this time he gets the 2 to go. 7-0 LP.
And Brockway's going to have to be crisper with their passes. They're going to have to be more aware on who's on the court, feeding it right to Lincoln Park for easy steals.
Weinberg has numbers. Layup by Weinberg's no good. And a rebound to Lincoln Park. Cummings up the floors. So far, Lincoln Park shuts out the Rovers. Floater by Cummings as he drives the left lane and lays it up and in is good. And Brockway takes their first time out. The Leps leap out to a 9-0 lead with 5:32 in the first.
Not only did he drive the lane, but pretty much waltzed in the lane, could have walked over to the lane. Brockway allowing too much space, errant passes, and Lincoln Park taking advantage, which is exactly what you want to do when you're a championship caliber team, which is what they feel they are.
So the timeout at 5:32, a 30-second timeout by Brockway. The Rovers take that timeout. And it will be 5:32 to go here in the first, and Brockway returns to the floor. Want to remind you, Lincoln Park basketball brought to you by Lincoln Learning Solutions. Ignite a mind, change the world.
Very prophetic.
Inbound goes to Adams. Lincoln Park pressures the backcourt. Brockway able to beat it. Miller inside, turnover. Taken away by Aloy. Another steal for the Leopards. Aloy backs it out to Cummings on a right-handed dribble. Left-handed dribble now. Welling up top. He'll swing it to the inside. Now Kraft has an open look for three, and he drains it. No problem for Zay Kraft. 12-0 Lincoln Park.
There's nothing Lincoln Park's not doing earlier in this game. They're finding the lane. They're driving right through the lane. They're hitting outside shots. They're getting steals. They're out rebounding Brockway.
There's a steal by Holmes. Loose, though. Still loose. And it was Carr able to work it down low to Lundberg. He misses the shot. The rebound to Lincoln Park. Kraft underneath, up and fouled. And Zay Kraft will head to the line for Lincoln Park at 4:41 of quarter number one. It's 12-0. Lincoln Park still leading this one. And still Brockway yet to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and Lincoln Park can begin to bury this team already in this game if they can hit these free throws. That's really been the only bugaboo throughout the playoffs for Lincoln Park, is missing some key free throws in past games. But Brockway's really going to have to retool here. They're making this too easy on Lincoln Park in the beginning.
First shot on the way, no good by Kraft. Have our substitution as Quentin Jackson and 13, Jared Esposito return for Brockway. 12-0, and here's the second shot by Kraft. And it's good. 13-0, 4:40 to go, first quarter.
I'm sure Lincoln Park's not going to relax, though. They're going to keep having it preached to them that any team can come back. They've come back in games. Anybody can come back. They're here for a reason.
Jackson in some trouble. Bounce pass underneath Corey Carr. Turnover. Keto Holmes led it ahead to Kraft. Kraft's going to go all the way with it, lay it up and score off the window.
almost one-on-one right past Windenburg. Really almost took him out of his shoes for the easy layup.
Bounce pass to get it over to Adams. Adams inside to Esposito. He misses the shot. Big rebound there by Welling. It was tough for Esposito to even go around Welling. And there, just a pull-up Jay on the elbow by Zay Kraft, draining it 17-0 Lincoln Park. 3:50 to go. Leps mean business.
This game opened up with Welling dominating. Now Kraft's dominating. They're almost switching off and doing whatever they want to do on the court.
Bounce pass inside, back outside to Carr. Tipped by Kraft, but right place, right time. Weinberg for three, trying to get him on the board. Off the rim, no good. Aloy got the rebound. He'll go all the way, coast to coast, and couldn't get the roll for two. A foul off the rebound, and it will be Keno Holmes headed to the line for Lincoln Park at 3:25 here in the first. Leps on top, 17-0.
And Lincoln Park knew it was going to have to be somebody else besides Nick Aloy because they're going to get around him. He's been double covered on most of these possessions. They have two guys always around him. Brockway knows where he is in the court. But when Kraft's on fire like this from outside with jumpers, when Welling's able to get these rebounds, you almost don't even need Nick Aloy with the way this game is going, but Nick Aloy will eventually ignite.
Good on the first by Holmes, 18-0. There's Holmes. Second one on the way, and on the bounce, falls in. 19-0. Well, this is easy to keep track of runs this way, Mike. It's a 19-0 run.
It is. It's a streak. This may or may not be the biggest streak of the game, the biggest run of the game. So far, it's going to be hard to beat, you'd figure, at 19-0.
Real simple.
We do appreciate simple math.
Right. Oh, I certainly do. Double team, in trouble Brockway. Got it away to Miller. Miller inside off the window, goaltending. And they'll count the bucket. So their first bucket doesn't even actually go in.
No. The run is over, though.
Right.
They're on the board, so the shutout is over. And, of course, they were going to have to, sooner or later, get something to go their way because Lincoln Park is really pressing on the gas and almost jogging down the court, still getting baskets. Brockway looks like they've been in a dogfight already.
Cummings up top to Aloy, 19-2 now after they'll give that basket to Miller. Shot missed by Welling underneath. Now back up the floor comes Brockway. It's Adams. Adams got his pocket picked. Still loose on the floor. Kraft's after it, and they're going to go jump ball. Arrow favors the Rovers.
Why is Lincoln Park the championship contender every single season? Yeah, they have great shooters. Yeah, they can rebound usually. Yes, they get points and are a sensational team offensively in the past. But defensively, they're top-notch. They bring down the heat. They're pulling off almost a trap defense here and really some brutal one-on-one.
Loose basketball taken away by Cummings. Cummings going all the way and lay it up and score for Nelly. 21-2. Lincoln Park, 2:23, moving first quarter clock.
Lincoln Park, oh man, in transition, that has to be demoralizing for Brockway. Get exhausted and then lose 2 points.
Miller puts up a floater from 12 feet, and it's good. It's Miller 4, Lincoln Park 21. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kraft, top of the key three, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Miller. Esposito brings it up the floor for Brockway. Miller gets it back here on the near side. Bounce pass inside to Trunzo. He misses his first shot, got his own rebound. Put back opportunity, no good. And Kraft gathers in the next rebound, and it's Lincoln Park back up the floor. Yeah, Cummings conducting traffic now at center court.
Cummings able to kind of settle this down with the big lead Lincoln Park has. Able to calm down, settle things, find the open shooter. Brockway forced to play the
alley-oop dunk, Nelly Cummings! Welling to Nelly for an explanation point for two.
Out of almost nowhere, too. Shot out of a cannon for the dunk.
You know, you said the other day, you haven't saw that version of Lincoln Park in a while. Man, is this not a flashback to a couple years ago?
You would think it was Thursday. That was a throwback dunk there for Lincoln Park for a Throwback Thursday version here on a Saturday afternoon. But Lincoln Park used to be that globetrotter dunk every other basket and every other transition. Not anymore, but they're still a fabulous team, scoring in other ways, becoming a more sound team, maybe some could argue. They still have flashes of that, though. Flashes of brilliance, and they can entertain.
On the other side, Quentin Jackson was fouled. And the foul going against Kraft. That's Kraft's first foul. And he has 8 points of Lincoln Park's 23. But Jackson missed both at the line. So it remains 23-4 with a minute to go in the first. Keno Holmes for three. That one off the mark, no good. Carr the rebound. He'll push it up the floor and lose it off of his own foot out of bounds.
Brockway really having trouble maintaining their dribble. They're making it almost a given for Lincoln Park to get a steal every other possession, already tacking on points when they get it themselves. They don't really need help from Brockway.
Well, they've fallen right into the Lincoln Park trap of Lincoln Park wanting them to play one way, and they're having to play that way.
And the literal trap, too, defensively, without Lincoln Park strangling them half court.
As feed inside to Kraft, who has 11 now with 34 seconds left. Bounce pass to get it over to Carr. Carr, a little crossover move, and then it went off, intercepted by Cummings, and he'll go all the way and be fouled, as I think he was going up for the dunk.
He was. He wanted to return. He wanted another one there for Lincoln Park to really get these fans on their feet. And honestly, Matt, you brought up how we were talking about that throughout the WPL playoffs, how Lincoln Park doesn't give you as much over top of the rim. They're not maybe as exciting as past teams, despite still being a winner and still being a championship contender. It wasn't necessarily a criticism. They're a different team. They're winning in other ways. You build the team with what you got. You know, there's not as many big guys. They had Elijah, Minnie. There were so many guys that were 6'7" plus, almost 7 feet, that were towering over the rim. You don't have that as much now, yet they're still a tough team to deal with.
27-4, 20 seconds to go in the first. It's Brockway up the floor. Went loose. Lundberg was able to go over and get it. Moved it to the top of the key. Deep two for Corey. No good. Corey Carr misses that. And then an errant pass on the other end, trying to get it over to Aloy. Out of bounds, back the other way for Brockway with just 0.4 seconds.
End of the first quarter, Lincoln Park 27, Brockway 4.
So that's the end of the first quarter with our score. Lincoln Park 27, Brockway 4. It's the opening round of the PIAA basketball playoffs, and it's right here on the Champs Sports Network.
Greater Pittsburgh Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine provides outpatient physical therapy at 4 Pittsburgh area locations. Our therapists are licensed, experienced, and highly qualified in hands-on techniques to relieve pain and restore range of motion, muscle strength, and flexibility. We strive to help you recover from injury, illness, or surgery and get you back to your normal active life as quickly as possible. Learn more about us at pittsburghpt.com.
It only takes an instant. That special moment when a single spark of knowledge fires the brain and unleashes the power of curiosity. The instant a mind ignites and a love of learning begins.
Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
Welcome Welcome back to Gateway High School in our coverage of PIAA basketball. Lincoln Park playoffs. 3-ball by Holmes is missed. The putback no good by Holmes. Another opportunity by Evan Brown. That's no good. Antonucci comes in and puts it in. 29-4 now. Back the other way. Brockway, floater by Miller's no good. Rebound to Lundberg. Lundberg goes in. That one rattles in and out, and Antonucci pulls away the rebound. Cross court to Cummings to the far side. Holmes for three. Far wing, and it's good. Keno Holmes, 32-4.
And on the other side of the court from where he hit that three in the beginning of this game.
Kicked ball stays with Brockway.
You already have Kraft and Cummings who can hit outside shot. If you get Holmes hot too, and you get this bench for Lincoln Park hot too, and even when they go small, they're able to hit outside shots and beat the one-on-one defense, the game could get ugly.
Steal by Antonucci. Let it ahead to Holmes. Far side, Nelly lost the ball out of bounds. Back the way of Brockway. Brockway out of Jefferson County. 75 miles from Monroeville.
Not necessarily the Lincoln Park. I don't know the mileage, but they're not next door to Monroeville either. Not 75 miles either, but they're not too close.
That one rattles in and out. No good. Rebound to Antonucci. Tic-tac-toe passing. Cummings is on the toe of that passing, and he leads it in. Good for two.
Lincoln Park making sure to get those second chance points, making sure to get their hand on that glass, making sure to tip it in if possible. If not, find somebody else for a shot.
Loose basketball. Brockway able to go to the baseline with it, put it up. Blocked by Brown. Foul up on the way, and two shots coming for Brockway's Quade Lundberg. Lundberg goes to the line, and the foul going against Holmes. That's his first, and just the team's second.
Will be interesting if this score holds up the way it is. I think a 30-point lead for Lincoln Park, how the game is officiated. If the referees try to maybe almost tighten it up a bit with being some closer calls in favor of Brockway, or if they keep on the consistency we've seen so far, more of a wide-open game, letting these teams go, which has been a clear advantage for Lincoln Park.
First one by Lundberg, rattled in and out. They have gone now 0 for 6 at the free throw line, and there is 1 for 7, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, it would still be a large lead for Lincoln Park, but there has been points left on the floor for Brockway on some opportunities they've not been able to nail in.
6:10 to go, 34-5. And Evan Brown, Esposito on the floor, Keno Holmes, Cummings, Antonucci, I beg your pardon. He gets the ball on the baseline. Back up top to Brown. NBA 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Brockway. Adams pushes the ball up the floor. Feeds it inside to Weinberg. Weinberg gives it off to Trunzo, who misses the layup. Brown the rebound, and he'll push it up the floor. Lincoln Park in transition. Outside, pull-up J by Cummings is good. 2 steps in from the three-point arc. He drains it. Cummings with 12 points on the afternoon, 36-5. This one nearly intercepted. Antonucci got his arm up and knocked it out of bounds.
You can tell Cummings, being a veteran, is also very mature on the court. He's a general on the court. He hits those jumpers, doesn't have any finger wave, doesn't give the Ray Allen point, doesn't do anything to really celebrate when he maybe could or some others would. Immediately sprints up the other side of the court and gets on defense.
Back the other way for Brockway to the baseline with it. Outlet pass to get it out to Weinberg. Weinberg, a long shot that doesn't fall. Brown, another rebound for Lincoln Park. Tried to get it to Antonucci, and he lost it out of bounds. Back the other way to the Rovers. 5:07 to go in the second. Lincoln Park without their longtime scorekeeper tonight. Mark Grandinetti is really taking one for the team out in Italy.
Yeah, kind of jealous of him. Apparently listening to us, though. He's taking a break from Italy. Probably having dining on some pasta and a gelato later and and listening in.
Well, we talked to Mike Boriski about him missing his first game in 6 years, and we'll play that for you at halftime, Mark, if you're still listening.
Yeah, don't let the score have you tune out.
Right.
Don't tune out.
We got to keep the ratings up here.
Yeah, Mark's the key rating right now.
Deep pass by Brown to get it into Welling for 2. 38-5. Welling has 4 points. Adams on the near side for Brockway. Inlet pass to Esposito. Got the roll there. Only the third field goal of the first half for Brockway. Kraft thought about the three, pulled it back, though, to the logo with 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Kraft still with it. Bounce pass far side. And it was Antonucci traveling. And Nicoloy returns for Lincoln Park.
You could make sure to give Mark a quiz afterwards, though, next time we see him next game if Lincoln Park advances, to really check in if he really was listening or how long he listened. Maybe Lincoln Park had a 19-0 run. Maybe he turned it off. He's in Italy, of course. Maybe he wants to do a gondola ride and not listen to Mike and Matt.
I mean, you should be listening to us in the gondola.
Absolutely. 2016, we got all the technology in the world. You can relax. You can enjoy Italy. You can fine and dine in Italy and also take in a broadcast. The gold quality broadcast that it'll be. And his team playing well on the floor.
Left side, it's Aloy, 38-7. Aloy move the ball here to the near side. Brown, 3-ball in the air. High off the rim. Rebound, though, by Lincoln Park. Aloy goes straight to the rack and is fouled. And Nick Aloy going to try to add to his 2 points on the day.
This game began with Nicoloy opening up space and Welling dominating the glass and getting some baskets. Since then, it's been pretty much Cummings and Kraft hitting outside jumpers. If they would have missed those shots, maybe the score would be different and Brockway could take advantage on the other side if they would get the rebound and second chances. Not the case, though. Lincoln Park has been just red hot from long range with jumpers, even from three. We saw some of those shots by Holmes, and when you're hitting shots with that type of consistency, there's almost nothing the defense can do.
First one by Aloy was good. The second one on the way in also good. 40-7. 3:23 to go in the second. Lincoln Park just left no doubt from the tip who was going to win this game. And, I mean, Brockway hadn't taken the warm-ups off yet.
No.
Lincoln Park was up by 20.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice not to get any more emails, but game is quite one-sided. And Brockway's here for a reason. They're in the state playoffs. You give them credit. They're a District 9 number 2 seed. They've won some games. They won some big games during their season to get here. But this is different competition. Lincoln Park's experienced. They're veteran-laden. They have some rings in their fingers. They know how to do this now. This is the championship they really, really want. And they're extra motivated from the way the WPL final closed.
Aloy inside, lay it up off the window, 42-7. Back the other way, Brockway. Quinn and Jackson over to the far side and Carr. Around the horn they go with it. Back inside to Jackson. He misses the shot. Welling pulls it down. Let it ahead to Brown. Brown on the far side wing. Inside to Aloy. No problem. Another 2 for Nick. Nick checked back in with 2 points. He now has 8.
Lincoln Park could have a win without ever taking an outside shot again. They could just keep driving the lane and get layups.
There's a foul on Kraft. Kraft was the fouled party.
It's answered the officiating question, though. The referees are not helping out Brockway at all. They're calling it the way it is, which is how it should be.
Yeah, Brockway now is, Brockway's still fouling, and there has not been.
No, but I'm not saying they shouldn't do it this way. But we both, in reality, the referees sometimes do, ease up on a team if there's a 20-point lead early on, 19-0 run. They might let a foul go if somebody's 6'8" and you're 6'2" or something like that. They're not doing it, which I'm glad that they're teaching it the right way. And this is a state playoff game. This is not a regular season game. This is not game one. This is not an exhibition. This game matters.
I'm glad for those of you listening we got that cleared up because from the foul line. Aloy hits the 2.
Got it cleared up for me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was unsure, so I'm glad that now we know. The 2 on the way by Weinberg. That misses. Brown to Aloy. Aloy misses it too far off the rim. No good. Trunzo got the rebound for Brockway, and he'll just take it all the way, and offensive foul. Charge call. Nice take there by Evan Brown.
Yeah, he was ready for that. I think Brockway's almost saying caution to the wind right now. Do you feel this is at all a blend of Lincoln Park being the favorite going into this game, of course, and having the more talent, but do you think there's a blend of this also being hungry and motivated from feeling like they got jobbed out of a WPL championship?
Oh, no, yeah.
They want to send a message right now?
I think Lincoln Park's on a mission right now to get that rematch and, prove their worth for sure. As Cummings, no look pass to get it inside. Shot no good. That was Jamar Cleveland who missed the shot, who had just checked into the game for Lincoln Park. Far side wing, 3 balls in the air. That's no good by Hunter Miller for Brockway. The putback is good, though, for Quade Lundberg.
There's a no call on that elbow, though, on the pushback.
Minute to go in the first half, 46-9. Likely to start the second half with the running clock, as Aloy will dribble this around and kick it outside. Lost the ball out of bounds. Antonucci will trigger it in off of Brockway. Desmond Sony's a sophomore in.
Antonucci, that nice Italian name that I'm sure Mark would enjoy and appreciate down there in Italy. It's probably why he likes me so much with my Italian last name. Maybe he feels the bond.
I don't know. Yeah, I got nothing. 20 seconds. Intercepted. Nice play by Sony's lost the ball out of bounds, though. Back to Brockway, 46-9, 15 seconds in the first half. Ten seconds to go. Brockway up the floor. Lay it up and score for Hunter Miller. And that's going to do it for the first half. It's Lincoln Park, 46, Brockway to 11. It is a statement first half for the Lincoln Park Leopards. You think they mean business? I would have to imagine so. 46-11. We'll take a break. We'll play that back half of the Mike Boriski interview if you missed it. Ryan Stokes-Ranko's in the house. Gotta like what he sees. Leps on top, 46-11. Champ Sports Network's presentation of Lincoln Park basketball continues after this.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama that you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Yet Council.
It only takes an instant. That special moment when a single spark of knowledge fires the brain and unleashes the power of curiosity. The instant a mind ignites and a love of learning begins. At Lincoln Learning Solutions, we have a deep reverence for learning. In fact, we believe the most important thing any society can do is learn, and that those who spark our imaginations and help us learn are the most important people of all. We revere the great minds that came before us, the scientists and explorers who have unlocked the mysteries of our world, the poets and painters who have created our vibrant culture, the leaders who have seen us through times of challenge and triumph. But most importantly, we celebrate and support the teachers, those who, day by day, pass along the flame of knowledge from generation to generation by inspiring and engaging minds of all ages. Why? Because at Lincoln Learning, we believe if you ignite a mind, you can truly change the world.
Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
Welcome back to Gateway. It's Lincoln Park leading 46-11 at the break. Lincoln Park dominating Nellie Cummings with 12 points for the Leopards. And Lincoln Park dominating, Mike. Back with Mike Asti, Matt Fargo. Glad to have you along this afternoon. It's a no-doubter right now.
Well, Coach Mike Borowski was speaking pregame on he wanted to see more than just Nicolay. He knows he's going to get from Nicolay. Wanted to see Cummings, Kraft, and Welling especially play like a 6'8" guy above the rim, get those rebounds to equalize this game, and really make this a statement game as it's been so far. He's got everything he wanted, everything he hoped and dreamed and was telling his team. He's been getting everything he's wanted so far. Cummings drilling outside Jays. You're seeing Holmes with a couple big threes, Welling getting those rebounds, extending possessions. He got some baskets as well. Nicolay also still involved in the offense as much as he can be, but getting two defenders always on him. And defensively, Lincoln Park bringing the the war and the wrath of God really on Brockway, as much as even half court, bringing a trap. They kind of got away from it a bit towards the end of the first half, realizing the score was getting out of hand. They didn't need to do that and up their energy. But in that first period, when they had the trap on, Brockway couldn't even maintain their dribble. They then are able to get closer down to the basket, but this game's well endowed so far for Lincoln Park.
All right, we promised you this. Mark Grandinetti, the Lincoln Park scorekeeper in Italy right now. We asked Mike Boriski what he thought about Mark missing a state playoff game, knowing full well that Lincoln Park likely to anyway.
Yeah, you'd figure.
Let's see what Mike had to say there.
A key cog to this Lincoln Park team today. Your scorekeeper of 6 years, Mark Grandinetti, not going to be here.
Yeah, I hate him because he's in Italy, and he said he's going to be listening. But I can't believe he would go right in basketball season. He forgot that.
He knew. Yeah, this wasn't a secret we were going to get to.
We're docking him in double pay. We're not going to. We might not pay him next year. He might have to throw in a free year for doing this to us. So you know how I am with my superstitions. So as long as he's listening, I'm okay with that.
All right. Good luck today,
All right,
Mike.
thanks a lot.
All right. Well, I mean, the way Lincoln Park's playing, he might need to stay in Italy if Mike's so superstitious here.
Yeah, this is the best game Lincoln Park put together all year, and he's not around, so maybe we'll get go bat 1,000 without him. He can stay in Italy, but yeah, I mean, honestly, we love Mark, and he's one of my bigger fans, so I'm gonna support him. Always gives me the daff when I show up and see him, but you got to know Lincoln Park's going to at least be in a state playoff game. Whether they win the WPL title or not is one thing, but you got to know they're at least going to be there. You were even bringing up to me that it almost be next to impossible for Lincoln Park not to have at least been in this game, and you want to have all your horses throughout. Your ultimate goal of a state championship, got to have Mark. Come on.
Oh, man. I mean, normally I say I'm a fan of someone, not people are fans of me. I'm a fan of Mark. His show. You ever see his show, Mark Grandinetti show? Show?
I don't believe so. That's a nice name, though.
No,
I approve of that name.
It's no longer, but it was really good.
Well, there are people I can state that I am fans of. I don't shy away from saying I'm a fan of somebody, but the
other way.
The rare people that make it known they're supportive of me, I figure they don't mind if I make it known because they're making it known. It's like they have meetings, I'm sure, and discuss me on the side.
This is what happens when Lincoln Park.
You ever go every Wednesday? They get together.
Who's that?
My fan club.
Oh.
You don't go on Wednesday?
I go Tuesdays.
I'm in the hate club. There's more people at that one, though.
There's
many more. You take tickets outside. It's probably a long line, and most of them probably You're probably They're very enjoying
Tuesdays.
Being there.
Yeah, join us.
Okay. I'm not invited either one though. I miss both.
Our caption is end the asset entity. That's our.
That you have signs. You probably picket the meeting on Wednesday.
We have a basketball game to play now. It's Brockway resuming play, 46-11. This is what happens when Mike Asti's here.
And the score is 46-11 as well.
Right. Yeah.
To be fair.
Right. Jeez, oh man. Weinberg up top on the right-hand side. Bounce pass to the far side wing to Adams. Back up top to Lundberg. Baseline jump shots good by Jake Weinberg, the junior. Gets Brockway on the scoreboard first. They're winning now the second half 2-0.
Yeah, that's all you can do. You start 0-0 opening up the half here, but moving around the timeline. Excellent shot by
inside Aloy off the window. Good
Weinberg.
for two. 48-13 here near side wing. Brockway, Adams got tipped. Still loose. Cummings couldn't handle it. Weinberg was there. Just pull up from the line for Weinberg. Missed the shot, though. Welling got the rebound. Led it ahead to Nellie Cummings. Cummings far side to Kraft. Kraft will drive. Moving inside. Nice pass to Nick Aloy, and Aloy finished the play off the window. Aloy now with 14.
Almost looked accidental, but it was on target. That was an intentional pass, an excellent assist, and 2 more points for Lincoln Park to answer here in the second half.
Weinberg outside to Miller. Shot missed. Kraft got the rebound, led it ahead to Cummings. Cummings just pulls up right inside the foul line and drains it. Drano for Rennell Cummings, 52-13.
Dre, no, it's an inadvertent sponsor that you're throwing on the broadcast.
Well, yeah. We've had a few of those, haven't we?
Well, absolutely. Usually it's me, though, so you're taking one. But 9-1 me.
At least we don't have a competing sponsor against them. Out of bounds. Brockway. Jeez. Inbound coming in for Brockway. Missed a layup by Miller. Back the other way for Lincoln Park, and a layup by Nellie Cummings. It's like watching AAU basketball. It's so quiet in here. Weinberg moved the ball outside. Here to the near side wing. Carr for three. Nope, wouldn't go. Welling an easy rebound, uncontested, and the pass that got knocked out of bounds by Weinberg. Lincoln Park will retain possession of the basketball as we are still running this clock here with 5:30 and counting in the third.
It almost gives you that poetry in motion, though, that you can really hear the tennis shoes on the court. You can really hear the ball on the nylon and the
Kraft, top of the key three. Yes, sirree. 57-13. Bounce pass near side to Lumberg. Outside, Adams three ball clanging off the rim, no good. Brockway the rebound, though. Got it to the far side wing and Miller. Miller in some trouble, dribbled around is Carr. Carr lost control of the basketball, but right place, right time. Adams pulled it out here to the near side wing. Tried to drive baseline. Nope, nothing there. Passed it back out to Lundberg, who missed the layup. Rebound, though. Lundberg got his own rebound and lost it out of bounds. And it will be Lincoln Park basketball with 4:30. And we're running here, 57-13.
We just saw an Aliquippa fan walk in, go up and down the stands. Maybe doing a future scouting report against Lincoln Park. Again.
That's a ways away, but
it is.
Three ball by Cummings, missed. Welling got the rebound. He'll go up strong and put it back.
Wow.
4 minutes to go here in the third. Brockway, Weinberg has the basketball, double teamed. Starter still out there for Lincoln Park. Bounce pass to get it to Lundberg. He goes up, and he walked before he went up. It'll be Lincoln Park. Here comes some substitutions.
Number 30, Antonucci. Number 4,
Evan Brown, Antonucci.
Number 20, Tom Malanja.
And Tom Malanja checks in. And that should be the day for Keno Holmes, Nicoloy, and Nellie Cummings. They should have much more time. They're going to have to go on. PIAA is going to charge them admission watching this.
Yeah. But message, I think, sent and received from that first half in a
There's
quarter.
There's a dunk by Dermani Welling.
Welling has definitely played above the rim using his size here today.
Well, Welling dunking is about as impressive as a toddler dunking on a Fisher-Price hoop.
6'8", yeah.
Yeah, happens that way.
We have a winner of the 50-50 on an orange ticket. 8-2-9.
61-13, 2:30. Clock is running here in the third.
2-9. 2-2-5.
Credit has to be given to Brockway, though. I have seen an increase in intensity here in the second half.
Yeah, they're not giving up.
They want to put points on the board and make this as small of a deficit as possible.
Foul called is headed to the line, Jared Esposito.
Because every coach, when you're down by 30 points at halftime, will tell his team, pretend it's 0-0. I want to see the intensity, play for pride, show why you got here, respect me, and put it on the court. Not every team does that, though. Right. You can say it. Not every team's going to actually do it. They know the scores, and the game's pretty much over anyway. They've listened to the coach, and they're administering it on the floor.
First one is good by Esposito. Second one also good. Here's Lincoln Park. Welling outside. Melanja misses the shot. Tipped away and back up the floor. Adams brings it up. Moved the ball outside to Carr. Carr thought about the three. Got his pocket picked, but a foul called. And Antonucci's going to get called for a foul. Be his second.
Leopard foul, number 30, Nick Antonucci.
Cutting to the rack, Adams missed. Antonucci lost it out of bounds. Got a nice steal there, but wasn't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, continuing the effort, though. But, you know, Matt, all these years of broadcasting Lincoln Park basketball, the WPIAA finals, the state runs through the playoffs, maybe one championship or another we'll be able to earn ourselves these very clean pullovers that the coaching staff wears. And I can give them a promotion because they are Nike. But, yeah, these ones, I've not even seen these ones they have in this game. The black, the kind of grayish black with the white check and then the dry fit, they always had a more of a blue. I'm a fan of these. Matches Coach Mike Boriski's pants. And I want this. I want the pullover.
Okay.
Forget the ring. I want the pullover if they win.
All right.
If I'm on the call, I'm going to request the pullover.
A foul called on Brockway. Tried to get it in right at the buzzer. Melanja misses the layup. That's the end of three. Our score, Lincoln Park 61, Brockway 15. It's Champ Sports Network's presentation of Lincoln Park playoff basketball. We come back for the fourth chapter of this one right after these words.
Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
Back for the fourth quarter, 61-15. Lincoln Park leads alongside Mike Asti, Matt Fargo here on our Champ Sports Network's presentation, our fifth year covering Lincoln Park playoff basketball. Holmes threw up a three. Aloy and Cummings are all, Keno Holmes, Aloy and Cummings are all back out there. And Brown gets a steal. Brown tried to lead it over to Nick Aloy and it threw it out of bounds. And we'll be back to Brockway, but Mike Boriski still wants his starting unit to see some time, and Kraft and Welling get breathers, and the other three back out there, Mike.
And honestly, any listener that would provide any criticism for that, my defense would be, this is the state playoffs. You want to be at 100%. You want to be on the floor. You want to get your reps. You don't want to be ice cold going to your next game. You want to get game action as much as possible. And, hey, they're coming to play. They want to make sure they're at their best every single game. And to do that, you got to play as much and you got to be active. You don't want to be ice cold going into your next game.
It was Esposito laying it up for two. Three ball by Cummings is no good. And a rebound pulled down by Trunzo as Brockway will take a timeout.
Timeout, Rovers.
Yep, Rovers take a timeout. 6:28 to go, 61-17. Lincoln Park leads it. Lincoln Park will play the winner of Greenville and Wash High. That's the Little Prexies of the WPIAL. They were the 5 seed out of District 7. They play the District 10 champion, Greenville, who's 21-5. Wash High 19-7. So either be very close or not so close. If we have to head out towards District 10, they would be the home team.
And could be all WPIL.
Or it could be, WPIL.
And with, Chance Sports Network doing some of WPL coverage, football, basketball, baseball through the years, that could be an all Chance Sports Network playoff game maybe.
We'll be there one way or the other. That game on Tuesday, I think that's safe to call right now. Here to the near side, it's Brockway for 3. That was Jackson throwing that up and a foul off of that. 6:08 to go here in the fourth.
Leopard foul number 4, Evan Brown. Hunter Antonuccio, shooting 2.
Missed, made 1 of 2 at the line
One
there.
of 2, yeah.
Antonucci goes up, misses the layup, but is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Yeah, I mean, Mike, does this help and hurt in 2 different ways? You are trying to work out any. I mean, you're trying to play your game.
To be
yeah,
real.
but the thing is though, does that help you? Does it help to win a game this lopsided and then potentially go in a game or 2 and have to play a very, very close game like you just did?
No, there are both ends to the argument. I was just articulating clearly what Lincoln Park's doing. They're using the second half as a practice. They're trying to retool. They're trying to make sure they're on their A game. They're trying to get reps for their star players en route to a hopeful state championship. That's what they're doing. That is their strategy. If there is a close game, they're not ready for it, or they would see a team win by 12 later and coming back toward the end of the game, maybe then you could criticize the method.
Worked it inside. Up top, no good. Win and go for Antonuccio. And then Adams was able to put it back for Brockway, 62-20. 3 ball by Cummings is good. Nellie Cummings drains it 65-20. We're down under 5 minutes to go in this game.
Makes it look simple. Just makes it almost look lackadaisical 3-pointer. One arm, one-handed.
Off the window, good for 2 for Quentin Jackson. More of a case of these two trading baskets now. Brown, far side to Aloy. Aloy in the wing, bounce pass inside to Holmes. Too hard off the window and out of bounds. Are we going to get a foul? Yep. And here comes the, they just have like two units essentially.
It's a hockey line change.
Yeah, it is. It is a 5 for 5, but both 5 involve starting. 2 starters, 3 starters on the one side as Keno Holmes, Aloy, and Cummings check out, along with Antonucci and Brown. And then the other 5 that now come in, it's Sony's, Malanja, Cleveland, Kraft, and Welling.
And both 5 would have this game won. Both 5 are winning this game, no matter who's on the floor.
Tipped out of bounds. Stays with Brockway, and here comes some substitutions for the Rovers.
And Matt, Coach Brisky and Lincoln Park have kind of always had this same mentality, though, and same strategy. You've always seen this from them. They don't have any problem with beating a team by 40, 50 points. They're not trying to embarrass anybody. They're trying to play their best game and always be at their best. And you can even see Coach Brisky standing up yelling for calls while his team is up 65-22. He wants perfection.
He's not looking at the scoreboard. He's not.
No.
He's coaching.
That is how you build a perennial championship contender and become a dynasty. WPL champion, WPL final representative, state champion, state championship final representative, year after year. That's how you get that.
Here's Salonis going all the way, getting the foul, couldn't get the hoop, does get the harm. He'll go to the line. 2:30 to go here in the fourth, 65-22.
What do you think the first thing Coach would even say? Say this team, 46, they were up 46-11 at one point. Now it's 65-22. Say they would totally relax and win this game by only 20 points instead of being up by 40-plus. You think he'd be elated in that locker room? No. He would say, hey, what are you doing? He'd be upset about it.
Sones misses the first. That's Des Sones at the line.
What I am pleased to see, though, and sometimes even in playoff games you don't always get this, unfortunately, a very respectful game despite the score difference.
Yeah.
You even saw during the free throw, I could point out, I wanted to at the time, couldn't get in there, but Cummings and one of the Brockway players, I believe it was Winberg, they were talking, and Cummings even had his arm around him saying, hey, good game for you, even though your team is not going to be victorious. A lot of respect and maturity from Lincoln Park as the team leading is going to set that tone.
Loose basketball. Sones tried to steal it, and he did. Took a while, but he was able to get it over to Kraft. Back to Sones. Lay it up, and he's going back to the line. He is number 12 at 5'5", the sophomore. It's an applause from the Lincoln Park faithful.
What a hustle by Lincoln Park, even with the score difference, too, though. When you have this size edge, you drive to the lane, you're usually going to get hands hacking you, and you're usually going to draw fouls, and we saw that in the first half. Lincoln Park drew fouls when they couldn't get an outside shot and couldn't get open. They would drive the lane and draw fouls, playing smart, high-percentage basketball and trying to get every possession to lead to something in terms of points.
Good on the second. Missed the first, 66-22, minute 40 to go. Brockway goes up the floor. Again, Washington, Greenville, that game at 5:30 at Farrell High School, so we won't know the winner of that game. We had a great game, North Hills edging Latrobe prior to this one here at Gateway.
You know, a little different crowd atmosphere for that
just
game.
A slight
down to the wire.
Yeah, it was standing room only just a mere hour ago.
I even saw some of the security guards were yelling to the crowd during the game, hey, can people move in so we can allow more people to get in?
Three good by Malanja, Tom Malanja. That's a freshman hitting a three-pointer in the state playoffs. His first accomplishment there, and hopefully the first of many. As we're under a minute to go, 69-22.
Looks like Lincoln Park going to hold their dribble, churn as much from the clock as possible.
Cheerleaders still want them to shoot, though.
They do. They have a rhythm. They have a script they got to stick to. They don't want their coach to be upset with them that they're not giving their A game. Some laughing now on the Lincoln Park bench. Very jovial. They're feeling good about themselves now, but they could get humbled at any time during this tournament, and they know that.
That's it. Final score. Lincoln Park 69, Brockway 22. The Leps win a no-doubter here this afternoon. It's a good bounce-back win after the WPIAA final loss. That's definitely far out of the minds now. You could tell because there was nothing. Lincoln Park didn't take Brockway for granted. They came out and they immediately made a decision that they weren't even going to make this a game for a little bit. You know, you have those. Mm-hmm. You tend to have those.
They didn't toy with anybody.
Right.
Well, it's almost too bad for Brockway in this sense that they got Lincoln Park motivated, hungry, and feeling like they got screwed out of a championship in the WPIAL. So Brockway got Lincoln Park at the worst possible time to get Lincoln Park and at Lincoln Park's best. And Lincoln Park went out there to send a message, to deliver that message all through the state playoffs. The ultimate goal is the state championship. They are not WPIAL champions. They can't brag about that. But there's the ultimate bragging rights if you can be the ultimate champion of the state champion here in Pennsylvania. And they've been there and done it before. They have the veterans to use that experience. They have the coaching staff who's been there and done it before as well. They've seen everything. They've won these big games. They've won the close games. They've done it all. And they've sent an absolute statement now through the state. And Brockway put up a valiant effort, but there was a difference of talent here. Lincoln Park was not going to be denied today. But, Matt, it's only today. You don't know about the next game. As we go through the state playoffs, it really could depend. You can be humbled by anybody, and every game is a different entity in and of itself, and Lincoln Park also knows that.
It was a dominating effort here today by this Lincoln Park team, no question about it. Again, 69-22, the final score. You had 3 starters, Kraft, Alloy, and Cummings, all double figures. Welly checked in there with 6 as Lincoln Park able to get things done. And it's an impressive effort. And now you get ready for the round 2. And the thing about this tournament, Mike, is it doesn't get easier. It gets harder.
It does not. And also what Lincoln Park has to know, and I'm sure they have already realized and already has been told to them after this game, that yes, you won this game handily. Feel good about yourself. Feel proud about yourself for this game. You got the cobwebs in the WPL final. What you're upset about there, that's gone, and you're moving on. Yet, you can't be too high. You can't figure that you're going to walk through any other game through the state playoffs. You can't figure you're going to show up and be on a 19-0 run to open up any other game. You have to assume every opponent can beat you, play your best against them, and always be dominating if humanly possible, which Lincoln Park has shown when they're at their best. They can dominate and destroy anybody.
All right, we're going to talk real quick to Mike Boriski about this win, 69-22 win over Brockway. Mike, congratulations. Obviously, a win in the state state tournament. Obviously, a big deal. You guys dominated from the tip today.
Yeah, I really am glad we didn't have that WPIAL championship hangover, which we did.
Yeah.
And, I stressed that this week. We went up and played Newcastle. We practiced hard. I yelled and screamed more this week than I usually do. Same thing in the locker room before we came out here. So they were ready to go. Little overmatched. Give them all the credit. They came all the way down here. They played hard, but just a little bit overmatched.
But you said it. I think this wasn't more about Brockway beating you today or the potential of that happening, but Lincoln Park beating themselves. And you left no doubt that wasn't going to be the case from the very get-go. And that had to be important. You say that you stressed that in practice earlier in the week.
I tell them if you're within 10, if the game's within 10 at the end, then a referee's call can make a decision in the win or loss. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't bite our nails like Beaver Falls did last night or some of the other teams. So we went right at them. It was important to start from the get-go. Zay Kraft really had a great first quarter. So that really got us going because I told you before the game, that's some of the guys I want to see go. We know Nick and Nelly are always Nick and Nelly, but Zay, Dermani, and Keno actually did a good job too right off the get-go.
Down the stretch, you have a different way, and this isn't new for those that follow Lincoln Park basketball, but you're keeping some of the starters in. You put some of the bench players in with the starters, but the starters remain in during the game. And we were talking about this, that while some people criticize that, this is still the state tournament. they're not going to get any better sitting on the bench.
Correct. Well, if you look at our bench, there's only 10 guys here.
Right.
So, it's not like in years past we had 15. So we have to get creative in what 5 has to be on the court. Somewhere along the line, some starters have to be in there when people might think they shouldn't be in there. So you just can't not have a guard in the game at some time. So we mixed it up to make sure, everybody played. The 8th, 9th, and 10th guy probably played just as much as the 5th, 6th, and 7th guy. So it is. We haven't played for 5 or 6 days, so we also have to not be rusty for Wednesday. So they need to get up and down the court and play a little bit.
Yeah, Wednesday's the next either Greenville and or Washington, and that's the next time go around. Mike, congratulations, and we'll talk to you then.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you Wednesday. All
Mike
right,
Boriski, head coach, another notch in his belt in the state playoffs. Lincoln Park moving on to the second round. And as I mentioned, Greenville, Washington. But Mike kind of reaffirming what we were talking about, he makes another good point. There are only 10 guys anyway.
He went one step further.
Right.
He hammered the nail in that coffin. He went one step further that not only do they want to make sure their star guys and starters are on the court and are getting reps and are playing, because it is the state playoffs. It is not regular season. It is not an exhibition. This is not even WPL.
We're clearing this up again.
We keep on making that evident as well for anybody tuning in. In all seriousness, though, he wants to give them reps. He wants to get them on the court. They're not going to get better sitting on the bench. But the reality of it is, Mike Boriski articulated that they have a smaller team than some others. They only have 10 guys. Not everyone is a forward. Not everybody has the ability to be a big. Not everyone can be a guard. So you want to be able to have guards, forwards, and even have some bigs on the court at all times. And to do that, they need to have some of their starters stay in the game in the fourth, even when they're up by 30 or 40. Some are going to criticize it. You're never going to please everybody. But Lincoln Park is, no matter how much criticism they get, Matt, not going to faze them. They're not worried about the fan, to be honest. They're going to play their game, use their strategy, and do what's worked for them in the past, because you see the ring he has on his finger. Which worked for them in the past, has won championships. So it's not like they're an unsuccessful program. They're a perennial championship pedigreed program, and they're going to keep on doing that until it doesn't work. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's not broken for Lincoln Park, especially not today.
No, that's certainly not the case. Right, Scott Franco, we mentioned him earlier. He's in the house. And
champion.
Yes, that's right. And they didn't do too bad at CCBC this year.
Not at all. No, I was following some tweets of what he was doing out there. Absolutely.
All right, that wraps it up. This one was locked up from early on, 69-22. Your Leopards are going on to the second round of the state tournament. They'll play Greenville or Washington. Site and time to be determined on Wednesday. We will talk to you then. For Mike Asti and our entire Champ Sports Network crew, I'm Matt Fargo saying this has been a presentation of Lincoln Park playoff basketball right here on the Champ Sports Network, where the Leopards are heard. Good day, everyone, and have a great rest of your weekend. Good day from Gateway.